Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I hope you can hear the excitement in my voice. We are 7 days from graduation day. If you saw my last post or my last short video on this channel, you saw my son walk across the stage. He graduated on the 16th. Last Thursday evening. We had family in town and immediately went out of town that Saturday for 3 days. We just got back on Monday. We did a lot of budgeting. I had 2 different ways of tracking things, so I am going to show you how I'm doing that here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm still getting new subscribers. Thank you for joining and enjoying my content. It's sparse right now as far as how often I upload, and it's based on a move. So if you don't hear from me for a month or 2, it's not that I don't want to. I'm about to move. You just caught me at an odd time. So go watch my previous videos, kind of see what they're all about, and then I will get in the swing of things in the fall for sure. We're moving in August. I gotta get my house ready here in July, and movers in August, and it's just going to take me a while to get set back up again, but I will definitely be back, so no worries there. I am so excited that you're here. So what I have here is my budget calendar for the weekly check-in. I am going to start with the weekly check-in. I haven't done one in a while. I've done like a month overview update once a week, kind of. Last week I didn't get to, I don't think I did. The week before, I'm pretty sure I did. On my other channel, I've been doing weekly scripture writing and journaling prompts, which is what that channel is for. And if you're interested in that, it's Lisa's Faith and Scripture Writing channel, which gets confusing because sometimes I don't realize the intro doesn't have the right words when I speak it, but on the channel it says scripture writing. So I'm just so used to the budget channel for the most part. But I am so excited to be here and see you guys. And if you are part of my YouTube community, I love you and thank you for coming back every time I pop on and being patient with me over this crazy time of my life. So I'm going to show you how I budgeted for the vacation part. I'm going to show you, this is why I have 2 different sticker colors. And then I'm going to show you what each budget means. We're going to do a weekly check-in here. And then I'm going to do a flip through of this month's budget, as well as take a look at everything that went on the credit card. Now, all of my spending goes on my credit card. And what I typically do, just a little point of reference, is when I budget for my weeks, that is the cash I am using to pay off the credit card at the end of the week. And if I go over, then I have to use the buffer, the checking account, or savings, or something along those lines. And yeah, I'm still way over budget, but yeah, it's celebration time, so that tends to happen, especially when you don't know what to budget for celebrating and what's going to happen. Yeah, that happens a lot, and you just give yourself grace and move on from there. But I did have money budgeted for the vacation. I'll explain where that came from, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm so excited to have you here. I'm going to zoom us in and look at the categories. Before I get started, I'll just show you grocery household is in pink in these little boxes. Blue is restaurants, miscellaneous is green, gasoline is orange, and then unbudgeted, anything above and beyond what I want to take out of the planned budget comes out of the buffer, the checking account, or savings, and that is this yellow. You're going to see a few of those things as well. And yeah, that is what we have here. And then we're going to take these totals and numbers. I'm going to close it out today, which is Wednesday, the 22nd. And then we're going to put those numbers here and then balance forward for the last week of the month. And I can't believe we're already here, the last week of June. June just got here and now it's gone again. Of course, when you stay busy, that's what happens. So that's what we're going to do here. And then I'll do a flip through of the rest of the month. I will talk about our credit card log and how we do, how we put everything on the credit card and then pay cash for everything. And I want to talk about a little bit, since I've been doing it, I think earlier this year, March, April, was it hard to make the change to put all the spending on credit card? And is it still worth doing, and is it still safe for me to do so? those are the things and factors I want to share, because it's easy to say, hey, just put everything on the credit card and pay it off at the end of the month or at the end of the week or however often you want to pay it. But applying it and doing it is a totally different thing. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And where did I get my vacation budget and how I did in that area. And let's go ahead and get started. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Oh man, guys, it's so good to talk to you guys again. I didn't realize how much I would miss this. I've been doing this for a couple years and my style's changed a little bit over the time, but I just can't believe how much of an accountability partner you guys have been for me. I knew you were, but I really felt it when I couldn't do these videos as frequently as I could. And I found myself sitting in my office at my desk where I normally film and just going, kind of talking to you guys without being on camera in my head as I was doing my budget, which was kind of cool. I loved that. So you guys are definitely an accountability partner for me, and I love it. So I'm just going to kind of mark something off here. I don't think, I got a few unchecked marks here. Did I not put this? No, I did. I just forgot to check it off. Okay. So this is going to look a little bit different in the sense that I have over here, I forgot to check this off from last time. I did write it down. I just forgot to check it off when I was doing it by myself. I don't think I did it with you guys. Get my notepad here. I usually use a sticky note, but I'm going to use my notepad here. I had a refund come in here on the 19th, but I didn't really allocate it with my stuff until later. So I'm just going to go ahead and check this off. And so this is going to be, it was a Walmart refund. How did I use that? Now that I think about it, I got to remember where it went. Oh, it was miscellaneous. Okay. So that will be under miscellaneous. So when I get to that, make a little note there. I'm going to do a plus this amount to kind of keep up with the balance properly. I just had it put back on the credit card and back into the budget, and it was no big deal. It did not go back to my checking because all my spending goes on the credit card. So we're going to do the weekly check-in first, and then I'll talk about the credit card log here in a minute and how it's been working for me. So starting here on vacation now, you're going to see, like, here's a Wawa, which is our gas station down the road, $69.64, and then another one for $70. We bought gas for Aunt Kathy, and so that was her gas. This was ours. Not a big deal. We loved having her here, and we're appreciative. She brought my father-in-law down, her brother, and took care of him and all that stuff. And then this gas, I was still driving around quite a bit, and I still had to top it off at $26. It was like less than 6 gallons, but man, 6 gallons for $26. Are you kidding me? That was crazy. And these gas prices, up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't know. I can't. I just pay and go at this point. I'm just like, I pray over it, I pay for it, and I go. Because this is insane the way the gas prices are going right now. So what I want to do here is just do, I know what I want to do. I just want to start looking at these purpley pink colors that I printed and cut for the kit for this month. These brown stickers here actually belong to a budget that I only used one sheet of paper for. And I called it the Weekend Getaway Father's Day Senior Trip. Because it was a multifaceted vacation. And basically I knew I had $1,500. It was the child tax credit that was given to us during COVID for my son Jack, and I used that to pay for all of this. Now, he had read Othello in high school, his last class of the year, and Othello is Shakespeare, and my dad is a big Shakespeare fanatic, and so I thought, oh, it'd be fun to take a trip to go see the replica of the Globe in Stanton, Virginia, which is 3.5 hours from where I live, and take the family and just do a weekend trip over Father's Day to see the Globe and do these activities and right after graduation. So we left on here the 18th, son graduated on the 16th. My father was here. He stayed all week with us and stayed at the hotel. It was a wonderful weekend. We had a great time. So essentially all I did was I knew I had $1,500 I wanted to spend, or I could spend from the budget. And day one, this is everything that we spent. A couple of these items actually came out of the checking account right here. That's why I have CK right there checking these two. I bought a couple albums to listen to on my phone while we were traveling, which was perfect. And then here I bought gas. Love's truck stop. Got a bunch of snacks for me and the boys, and that includes my husband, by the way. And when I say boys, I'm the only female. I'm outnumbered here in my household. Arby's, my husband wanted a sandwich for lunch. I'm like, okay. I don't like doing fast food a lot while we're traveling because it upsets my stomach, so I didn't do that. I just got a healthy snack and then went on. And then we went to Walmart while we were in Stanton to buy some things. And then this was a grocery item. This was miscellaneous stuff. I bought my dad a Father's Day like little hoodie jacket thing there. Went to Applebee's for dinner. I don't know why I separated the tip from the actual charge. I think I did that because when we go to a restaurant at first, they only put in the amount that is the dinner amount. For a family of 4, that's what we have, $78.52. We gave a $16 tip, and then it's not until the completed charge actually happens that does it include the tip. So I think I was trying to keep myself from being confused as I was balancing things through as charges were being cleared. So I think that's why I was separating it, but I can't remember now. And then day 3 was a hotel. We had 2 rooms. My husband and I had one room. My sons had the other room, and that's what we spent, $754.90 for the all 4 of us. We're all adults. We all get our own bed. I toss and turn a lot, so I don't like keeping my husband awake because he needs to drive, or I get better sleep when I'm not kind of tossing and turning and worrying if I'm waking up my husband or anything. So there you go. And that's just for when we travel. At home, we have a Tempur-Pedic. My husband and I sleep in the same bed, so that's not a usual thing. And then we got snacks at 7-Eleven. We went to McDonald's because when we checked out of the hotel, it was like 11. But our tour for the Shakespeare Theater wasn't until 2 o'clock on this day. And we were going to travel back to my home after the tour. And so we were killing time. We went to Walmart again, spent money at Walmart again, had Subway. My mom and my sons wanted McDonald's, so I took them there. We had a couple hours to kill. And then before we left, I bought gas there. And that was, I think we were right at a half a tank, or just under a half tank of gas. So it was 76.01. And then we drove back. So yeah, it's about time to get gas again. Which left us $299.87 out of the $1,500 cash left. So we are in the positive as far as vacation money. I am thrilled with that. We stayed within budget. We didn't spend a whole heck of a lot. We did the activities we wanted to do. And all I did was just use a little notepad paper that I had. I buy these from Erin Condren. I have my name put on the bottom because I think it's cool and fancy and that makes me happy. We spent $1,200.13 in expenses. And here I was just keeping a running check, hey, this bill came out, that had nothing to do with this. I was just checking and reminding myself when I got into this planner, hey, these things came out, and there you go. So we're just going to check these off because these have nothing to do with what I'm going to do in the weekly check-in today. That was a separate budget that had nothing to do with that. And that's what all of these charges are. They're identical to what what I just went over on that list. So now that I've got all that, and I'm not sure, did I seriously just do that? I just did that. I don't know why I just did that. There we go. Okay. That's today's that I'm going to do. So as we get started, before we go too much further, I do want to lay down one little sticker, and I like putting no spend stickers down. Not that it keeps me from spending. I don't like using no spends for the context of giving myself a goal and, not spending, which if you're trying to get your spending under control, that makes sense. If you're still in debt, that is a good way of encouraging yourself to stay within check. But if you are consumer debt free, it really, for me, it doesn't motivate me. So, but I do like putting it down so I have something, and there's nothing bare in that one block. So that's why I put it there, and it makes me happy. So there's that. Now we can kind of go into the weekly check-in. All right, so I actually only have one item over here, and then what I spent yesterday that I need to put into the budget. So the grocery household there, I bought yesterday $83.04. I was just stocking up on some things that I needed, and extra things that aren't in stores as regular supplies. I don't know why we can't keep supplies going again, but it's taking a long time, and because I don't watch the news, I don't really know why. And even if I did watch the news, I probably still wouldn't know why. But I just know it's happening, and that's not a big deal. So then that was on Saturday morning before we left out of town. I wanted to make sure I had a few items like eggs and milk and stuff, so when I got back here on Monday, I didn't have to go out that night and pick up stuff for the morning on Tuesday. So that's why I grocery shopped then. And then last night, got $85.51 at Walmart. And the other half of the groceries that I knew I would be needing this week, and that I didn't want to be perishable or anything like that while we were gone. So I got them last night. And then, yes, that says Total Wine. I don't drink alcohol. I've never enjoyed it. I don't mind those that do. I just don't enjoy it personally. It's just one of those quirks about me that I'm just not designed that way. So we spent $60.40. My husband bought some mead, MEAD. I don't know. It's a honey-based alcohol. I think there was something Viking on the bottle. I wasn't paying attention. I think he thinks he's a Norseman. I have no idea. But anyway, he likes all cultures of alcohol and different things. And so every once in a while, he'll go pick up some mead. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If I am, let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. And he bought 2 bottles, and they were $30 a piece, or just under $30. And so he bought those last night. I put it under grocery household because I was thinking, how do I categorize this? Because he doesn't buy it very often. And I was like, well, you can buy wine at a grocery store. And if I had bought it at a grocery store, it would have been part of the grocery budget, because I don't like to separate my budget. So I'm like, hey, I'll just put it under grocery household. And I'm not in negative numbers there. So that's where I got the number from. So those are the only grocery items that I have. So we're going to total this up real quick. Let's see here. 8304 plus 85.51 plus 60.40. Sorry if I'm holding the calculator kind of funny. So we have $228.95. Okay, that's grocery household. And then last night I didn't feel like cooking, so restaurants, I got $50.10. I was still under the weather, still not feeling well. I did take I don't know if you guys did this, but I got the at-home COVID test kit. And because we were at graduation, there was a lot of people, and my son graduated with 521 of his best friends. That was the whole senior class there. And we each got 10 tickets. And it was just, we had it at Old Dominion University as graduation. And so it was a lot of people. And since that was last Thursday, and we were feeling fine all the way up until yesterday. And I knew what I was feeling was just me being run down and tired. I still wanted to take a COVID test just to see and make sure I wasn't exposing anything or to anyone, because this weekend on Saturday, I'm having guests at my house for the last time. It's my home group, and there's children as 2-week-old and things like that. So I want to make sure everybody was safe. And I knew if I didn't have it, then nobody else probably had it either. Well, we were cautious and stuff, but just the thought of feeling sick, it makes you think twice sometimes. So there's that. And then I spent in unbudgeted $250. And the reason I put it unbudgeted is because my miscellaneous is like really, really over budget. So I'm like, whatever. And so what I decided, this was I buy 12 chiropractic visits for $240. It used to be $200. Now it's $240 divided by 12. And it's a walk-in chiropractic, which means it's $20 a visit. Now, if you pay for a one-time visit, it's $25. So this is still cheaper. But after all the inflation and stuff, even their prices went up, because it used to be $200 divided by 12, and that used to be just under $17, but now it's $20 a session. But it's still cheaper than the regular. And then the $10 difference, where it's $250 now, we bought some oil. It's called magnesium oil, and it helps with nerve and muscle and all that pain. And I'm gonna be using some on my hands here real soon, and to help me and my husband with some of our muscles and pain issues as older adults now. We're not as young as we used to be, that's for sure. So this is what I'm going to use for the weekly check-in real quick. And I'm going to keep an eye on the numbers, because who knows where we're at as far as the numbers go. So this is a weekly check-in. If you're interested, these are my personal budget sheets. I do sell these on Etsy. I have a different design every month. I have one for each month, but like I'm up until July right now. And then I don't know if I'm going to be able to get August through December up, but we'll see. And I may have to go on vacation later this year as I switch states. You have to have a state license and all that stuff. So those kinds of things have to be taken care of as well. And I may have to close the shop for a while or put on a long vacation and then come back once I get settled where I'm going. And that won't be until later in the year. So if you're wanting any, go ahead and check out my shop. They're all decorative like this. Or if you don't want the decorations, there is a PDF listed in my description box below. You can print it for free. It's a Google Doc. Just download it and print as many as you want and follow along with me. This is for my YouTube family, you guys. Just check it out and see if you like it. And yeah, if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, then maybe there's something else out there that will work for you. Or if there's something modified or tweaked, you want to make a suggestion, I'm open to suggestions. That is for sure. So let's go ahead and put the spending in to $28.95. Restaurants, $50.10. That includes the tip. $0 for miscellaneous because I'm way over budget here. $0 for gas because that came out of vacation money, get there and back. And then I'm going to do $250. It's not going to be included in these numbers, but it's here to remind me, hey, what did you spend? Was it a necessity? Was it not? And chiropractic is absolute necessity. It's keeping us pain-free and helping us with our physical and mental health. And when you have less physical pain, you have less mental difficulty. So yeah, absolutely perfect. So I don't mind spending it, especially for the deal I'm getting. And then let's go ahead and total this up. Again, I'm going to be sideways for just a second. So give me a second here. 228.95 plus 50.10 plus, oh, that's it. So 2 $79.05. So that is what I spent for this week outside the vacation money. Now, yes, all of this went on the credit card, but I compartmentalized where everything was assigned, and that's how I kind of worked everything out. Now, I'm already negative $257.26. All right. And I'm going to make this negative $279.05. Now I need my red pen because, oh my, this should come up negative $536.31. Again, all of this is on the credit card, but we will be taking care of this. It may take us a little time, but it should come out of the buffer. The checking account, I still think I'm still in the black as far as total numbers. If not, I will pay it from savings. It will be paid. It's not that big a deal because we were having too good of a time. We were enjoying ourselves, and I really didn't put any more money away for graduation as far as like extra money for food, which is what some of this was from the before the 15th and things like that. Let me see. Yeah. Or on the 15th. This was part of graduation food, things like that. That was over $100 there. So a lot of this just came out of the regular budget. I'm like, it's out of the buffer. It's part of graduation. I don't really care. So some of this is that way for a reason. But just to let you know, and you'll see in my sinking funds, I transferred what was left as sinking funds senior year back into my checking account. It was only $108, and that paid for the $79.48 shoes, and then anything left over just kind of got absorbed to the budget. So I was pretty spot on for $1,000, not including party food and stuff. Yeah. Spot on. So that was pretty cool. Of course, my son didn't do any dances or anything. So if you're thinking about next year, just keep that in mind. If you're going to save for your student, if they just finished their junior year, no, if they're starting their junior year and you want to take a year to save up, now's the time to do it. All right, moving on. All right, 343.92 minus the 228.95. All right. Okay, sorry about that. I had to step away for a second. Again, I didn't update my spreadsheet, which is off to the corner in my eye here while I'm doing this. And I'm looking at the numbers going, that didn't look right. I forgot to update my spreadsheet. So now that my spreadsheet matches my numbers, I know I'm on the right track here. So I'm still in the positive for $114.97. Again, a lot of grocery stuff we bought while we were gone for the past week. So that came out of a different budget, but this is what we have left in the household paycheck budget for our weekly check-in. So that's good there. Let's see, we had $264.44 negative. Let's see, negative, there we go. Minus $50.10. And wrong pen. $314.54. So that is all but $4 off. I will find that $4 later. It's not a big deal. If I do, I'll change it on the spreadsheet or in here. Not sure where I went wrong there, but that's okay. Let's see, I didn't make any changes here, so that is still the same, $425.19, and then I still had $88.45, which I will spend later this week. That'll just bounce forward into the last week and just be a positive number for us. Okay, so now moving on the weekly check-in. I'm just gonna put a line here because I never include it anyway. Let's go ahead and do 11497 minus 31454 minus 42519 plus 88 45. All right, so, all right, my number matches. It's in the negative $536.31. We are check and check. I just think I put something wrong in my online on my spreadsheet where I have a typo or something. I'm losing steam and energy as I'm talking, so I do apologize for that. Here we go. Just life is real right now. I'm going to change these dates to remind me I actually did this on the 22nd, and I'm going to start this on the 23rd. So even if I buy anything today, it's going to go on tomorrow's budget. My husband gets paid on Friday. It'll all get paid. It's on the credit card. It's not that big a deal right now. So every week I budget a specific amount. And if I go back to week 1, because the amounts are the same week to week, I can just kind of refer to this on what each category is budget at. So I'm going to add $300 to this 114 down here, and that'll give me my new budget for the last week, which I gave myself quite a bit of money, but I wasn't sure if I was taking grocery money out of this or something else. It all comes out in the wash in the end, so it's not that big a deal. $414.97, and this will help compensate for some of the overage I have here. Let's see here. I am going to add $112.50, which is what I normally do in a week for eating out, but you know, I'm gonna have to change that now that my husband's back for a little while and we're moving, and I may not be as able to cook as frequently, or I may have too many showings and I don't want to dirty the kitchen, so we're going to do things like that for the house. So I'm going to have that minus, making this number negative $314.54, and that gives me still negative, but over budget this month so far, $202 and what is that, 4 cents? Yeah, 4 cents. Glare for me and hopefully not for you. Couldn't see the number, so, and that's fine. That's fine. We'll make do with what we got. I'm going to add $137.50. Oops, subtracting the $425.19. There's an alarm going off outside. All right, so that still gives us a negative $287.98. All right, there's that. And now I get to add in the positives $137.50 for gas plus the $88.45. Now I gave myself $550 for gas this month. Again, just on the abundance of caution. I didn't know how much driving we would do. Part of the gas came from the vacation, part of the gas was part of the weekly or the family budget, and I just did it out of abundance of caution. So we do have plenty of money here, which means it will compensate for some of this here. So I am happy with that. It's nice to kind of share with the categories. I do watch, I don't know if you guys have heard of her. You probably have. A lot of us have in the budgeting community. Naturally Lizzie. And she's a great channel. I love watching her stuff. She budgets in a totally different style than I do, but it results in pretty much the same thing. In the end, it's just how you're used to seeing your numbers and how you like to budget and what works best for you. So she does a one cash envelope. So she puts whatever she needs for the entire week. So if, like here, if it's week 1, I would have got a cash envelope. I would have rounded this up to, let's just say, $690 or $700. Put 700 cash envelopes, spend what I needed throughout the week in these 4 categories, and then whatever was left over rolled to the next week. You can divide it into 4 cash envelopes if you wanted to, but she does the one cash envelope system, and I think that's a brilliant idea. If it's too overwhelming to have too many categories. And that was kind of, I think, part of the issue she was running into, trying to stay in a limited budget in her categories. And then she would have extra in one and not enough in another. And she didn't want to take from one to the other. If that's something that bothers you, then just use the one cash envelope or one category envelope method, where you just do the math and you just leave it on the bank account. If you're doing strictly cash, which I did strictly cash with a debit card for a couple years before I really got back into using the credit card and retraining my brain on what was appropriate for the credit card. Yeah, that's another way of doing it. Budgeting is so personal and you've heard many of them say it before. Your brains are wired so differently, and it depends on how you think and what makes sense to you on how to do it. And you don't have to use somebody else's method. Come up with your own. And God bless you if you do, because man, it's not easy. But once you start doing the rhythm of what makes sense to you, then tweak and design it for yourself. And you never know what you could take off with. You might even design your own products and sell your own stuff. And that would be cool as well, because we all love buying from each other. That is for sure on this channel, on all the channels that do budgeting. So you would definitely get support there. I'm strictly digital. I don't do products, but maybe next year. We'll think about it. So I have $414.97 for groceries. I'm going to take out the $202 before just to get a total here. And then I'm going to take out the $287.98. And I'm going to add the $225.95. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, I still have $15.09. Now, am I going to go over budget for the month in categories specifically? Yes. And yeah, I'm going to blow through that $15. But the fact that I started week 4 with a positive number blows my mind. That's hilarious. Okay. So unbudgeted, I don't budget for. I'm going to put my $15.09, which means if I did the one cash envelope method, I know this last week I'm going to be over budget with whatever I spend from the 23rd to the 30th. And so last week, and let's see, where are we at right now? Let me pull my calendar back up. All right, I never did put check marks in these. There we go. So the 23rd here, so it's Thursday the 23rd. How many days does that mean left? So I have 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, let's just start here. You got the 23rd to the 29th is 7 days plus 1, 8 days. So I have 8, well, if I spend anything today, 9 days of spending. I'm just not going to fill in today because I'm doing the check-in right now. 9 days of potential spending, and yeah, we could be $300 or $400 over budget if we spend on the high end, $200 or $300 over on the lower end. So that is my prediction for next Thursday at the end of the month, which will probably be my last video, hopefully, because our house listing photos are being taken on the 1st of July. And I'll just put 1, 2 of July. And then the house goes on the market on the 5th of July. And then who knows what's going to happen after that. So we might have to call the movers and go ahead and get boxes, get everything ready. I've already started some of the, not packing, but packing materials. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. Oh, okay. So there is that. I am going to get a drink of water and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. This is my weekly check-in. I'm going to close out here. This video is already getting long, and then anything I said at the beginning that I plan to talk about will be in a part 2 of this video, and that will be going up right after this one. So they'll be back to back. I'll label this one part 1, the other one part 2. I just didn't realize how much I was going to be going through. Hadn't done a weekly check-in on film for a while, so it took me a minute to get through it. So I will be back with another video here real soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions or comments that you want to bring up, and I look forward to talking to you there. Have an amazing and blessed day, and check out the next video. Bye. I never thought in the wildest dream I'd see you again. Never dreamed about nothing else other than